Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for hopping on. This is Peter Kim at Giving Tree Lending. I'm CEO and President, and thankfully, we get to have this opportunity to work together as a team. We are a non-daily correspondent lender in Fullerton, California, opened in 17 states at this time. I'm living in Georgia, but I fly in California every 3 weeks. So if you need any one-on-one person meeting or in a micro level team meetings, please let us know in advance. So we'll book maybe 30 minutes to an hour and a half so we can have a deep dive on specific products all the way to how to qualify and how to approve the loans. Today, the two topics that I brought to share with you all is number one, how to submit the loan properly, or I want to paraphrase by saying how to submit the loan faster. Second is how to expect faster pre-approval so that we can find yay or nay or, changing the loan product or collecting additional documents. So I'm sure Brenda went over the loan submission details briefly, but we have internal AI module called the Quick Pricer or Instant Loan Approval. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to read off of the checklist that I have. I'm going to share the screen and guide you through page by page. So on this homepage, we have a short form and a long form. Short form is serving anyone who looks for the soft pull credit report. Long form application is for those who's trying to get pre-approval letter, who's trying to get the specific DU finding details. I wouldn't recommend short form when you're trying to put an offer. This is serving for the refinance applicants mostly. For the purchase clients, please, I know it's expensive and it's longer, but please educate your applicants to complete the long form application. When you click it, you have to log in using these credentials. I'm going to use a dummy email right now. Anyone who does not have the Gmail or Apple ID cannot come in because of the pre-filters that we created. So on here, you'll be able to type in property information. But if you don't have any properties, you can click TBD. The reason why we ask for the zip code is for the county loan limit. And the questionnaires are talking about purchase, refinance, cash out, first trustee, second trustee, or second only. We offer piggyback second as well. But mostly, please pick the first trustee. Any insurance overpayment, primary residence, secondary, or investment, 30-year fixed, or 10 years fixed, or interest only, or adjustable rate. But if you just want to receive a faster approval, please pick 30 years fixed. Hypo properties are from single families all the way to 4 units. If it's condominium or townhouse, just click condo low rise to continue. Property type and loan applicants are tied. Once you click the property type, the related product will show up. So if it's a CalHFA Dream for All, you can drag down and click California Dream for All. The specific, the people processing this loan will be attached and signed and be able to give you yes or no. If it's VA, stated income, PNL, non-QM full doc, you may question or you may say, when do we have time to know all these? This time will be the time to learn one at a time. If you have a file, if you have a scenario, please don't hesitate. Bring them all to us, and we're going to go over one at a time. First couple weeks will take very long because we need to learn each other. We need to learn how we speak and how we process. Sales price, loan amount, and if you see, maybe I can make it bigger. If you change the loan amount, LTV will automatically change. Down payment requirement will automatically change as well. But if you change the down payment amount, loan amount will also adjust. If you change the loan amount, but not the sales price, you'll see anything that you put as a variable and constant will play by itself. And credit score, obviously, we start from 500 all the way to 800. If you have 500 credit scores, we have to go for the government. anyone who has greater than 700 credit scores can apply for the conventional loan as well. For the loan officer, you can pick Mr. Gilbert Pino. Then Mr. Pino and his team will get the instant email notification who applied, when applied. And if you want to put your name as a realtor partners, then you can put Peter Kim or Harrison. Then this individual also will be notified depending on how much information that you want to release. And you can click this to see what numbers you're going to see. Obviously, if you have the writings, everything in the timely manner, matching to the driver license and the payrolls, then we'll be able to pull the credit report. And this has a page-by-page save function. So even if you complete up to page question 15 and then have to step out and come back in, the applicant will begin from the next question. Any questions until this so far?
No.
We're good.
Good. Okay. So by completing all these, next page, we're going to see the credit report, the payment link. Once the client pays for the credit report, next page, we're going to see the document upload page. It goes up to step 6. And then once all the documentations are uploaded, so on the pages, we hear the job type and the employment type, then the required document list will be modified and be posted. So assuming all the things are completed, the applications are now listed in this page called ERP. So any question on the loan submission part?
I have a question. What's the brief summary of what ERP is?
ERP is an internal communication channel. So instead of you picking up your call, text, emailing somebody for loan status, file status, if you leave a comment into the ERP system, everyone in this file from processor, junior processors, loan officer, and appraiser, HOA desk manager, about 6 to 8 different individuals will be notified right away. Our goal is to give you the answer within 30 minutes back into your phone. However, your NMLS must be sponsored with our company because it shows consumer privacy information. We don't want any screen captures or data leak.
So if you have DRE right now, you could go with the DFPI, okay, and just transfer it from DRE into actual your DFPI. And then now you'll have access. I think that's something you're asking for also.
Yeah.
You don't have to test again. All you need is the new 8-hour course and the payment.
On this application, is there a file or somewhere where our clients can submit documents or not?
Yes, PDF upload page is
Okay.
available. Okay, so next topic is how to expedite the pre-approval process. So when we pre-approve a loan, pre-approval step requires 4 different categories. One is income, second is asset, third is credit, fourth is collateral. On the income part, we need to find out employment type. The employment type divides into wage earners or self-employed. We need to see if we are using 2 years income or P&L or bank statement or no doc. There is a company called Change Wholesale that we don't need to put any job information. Some may call this a hard money loan for primary residence. For those of you doing real estate, should know and will understand how difficult and how dangerous it is to originate a hard money loan on a primary residence. I'm not talking about second or investment, but using this program, you can also save the deal. We have a written VOE product, but not recommended at this time. I'm sure you know last May and June, there's a company called Palantir signed up an agreement with Fannie Mae. So all the audit process is being done within 30 seconds using an AI. IRS, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac agencies let go about 80% of the employees and replaced all of the procedures with AIs. Therefore, if you fabricate any of these income documents, please run by us. Please let us know in advance so we can help you. We don't want to be in trouble too, right? However, These non-QM products are there to serve people who cannot provide everything up to date. So we'll give you alternative options. We're not going to kill the files. We're on the same page with you. So please treat us like one of your team members so that we can find solutions together. Dream Builder product is governed by FHA. Regular product is seller, buyer. But this Dream Builder product, seller sells to FHA, and this becomes now HUD owned, buyer in 36 months. No, after 36 months. So you may say, who's making the payment? Borrower is making the payment. Where are they making the payments to? FHA. That's why this is called fee simple, and this is equity transfer transaction. If we have an active file coming in, we'll dive in more. Beauty of this product starts with 3.5%, and ITIN is also available. So you may wonder, how about DACA? How about one of these people who were able to apply FHA and who cannot right now? They can all go here. This is not the forever loan product. We are not going to keep them for 30 years. They will intentionally come out from this. But this is a transactional business loan product. If it were sold to the loan office, loan originators, it's very tough to sell because we have to make the money and the sell the rate. But if it's coming from a real estate company, for specific loan products like this, we don't have to charge origination. If we need to help you, just use this product. Don't charge much on it so that we can get it done. If we close maybe 30, 40 of these, maybe they will make about 50 to 70,000 residual income on top of it. Just like selling mobile home, right? Dream Builder is one of the major products that has a miscommunication because if you don't understand what this means, this ownership transfer means, you cannot write a proper purchase agreement. As said, for primary residence, we can receive gift funds. We can receive gift of equity. Gift of equity transfers into two different options, arm's length and non-arm's length. So think of it this way. Non-arm's length helps you to receive as much as possible. No minimum, no maximum. I'm going to base my standing on full docs only. For non-QMs, it changes as well. For full docs, it has 10%. If the transaction is arm's length, it's within the family members, within the agreement, specific agreement. Appraisal report will show the type of equity that is being transferred or type of transaction that we are engaging. So if you must do this way, please let us know in advance so no one makes mistakes. Surprisingly, the applicant or the seller or the buyer trying too hard, giving too much information to the appraiser sometimes must and have to put it on there because they just, were informed too many times. So a trained seller's agent, trained buyer's agent, both need to be on the same page if we need to go for a specific direction. 2 months of bank statement, or I want to call it asset document, to prove the source of funds. Where is it being deposited? Where is it being sourced? There's an exception for FHA transactions. If the gift donor funds are not seasoned, when the closing cost is less than monthly PITI, we don't care. For example, closing cost is, let's say, $4,000, $5,000, and monthly payment PITI is, let's say, $6,000. When cash deposit to donor account, wire to escrow, we are okay. This is very unique condition that FHA has. So if you use it well, you can intentionally bring it down. You can give it upfront closing cost and then don't question about the couch money, all the cash deposits in your pockets. On the credit side, FICO 500 all the way to 800. FICO 500 to 580. DTI cap is 41. FICO 580 through 620. FHA is at DTI 50. VA DTI at 60. Conventional 49.99, or I'm going to call it 50. FICO 620 plus FHA 46.99 to 56.99. VA 70 to 73% DTI, depending on the loan amount, meaning any loan amount below the conforming loan limit, $830,000, DTI at 73, we can have a pass. Anything in the high balance within these $830 to $1.2 million, we can, approve the loan at 70%. Conventional, just like the other 50. Collateral. So this is where the funny part comes. When it's fix and flip home, when it's resale home, when it's new build home, there are 3 different underwriting guidelines that we need to apply. So I'm going to simplify for today's training: fix and flip home, resale home, and new build home. So I'm going to base my findings on the purchase transactions for today. Fix and flip, when the sales price is 25% greater than the previous sales price within 180 days and 90 days. There are 2 different rules apply. When the home price goes above 25% within the 180 days, we need only 1 appraisal. Within 90 days, 2 appraisal reports. So this is where seldomly people make a lot of mistakes on. They're too busy. At this time, home prices are coming down, right? So they intentionally up the price thinking that they can sell it. If you accidentally list it greater than 25%, you have to do 2 different appraisal reports and end up failing the transaction because you have to use 2 different reports and findings. Resale, the seller disclosure, PDS, document, home condition, how many reports we need, such as termite, such as flood insurance, such as permits if the repair was done recently about the waters or sewers or the roof. I'm sure we all know about this. I'm going to move on. The new build occupancy certificate. This is needed before we fund the transaction. So on top of the appraisal report, this is needed. And especially when the loan amount is greater than $1.5 million, we need a desk review to compare the value with appraisal report. The point that I wanted to make after all this explanation is for us to expedite the pre-approval letters, pre-approval certificates, we need 4 items to be answered: income, asset, credit, and collateral. We need to hard pull credit report. There is no exception on it. We need to review 2 years of employment history and all income docs. It's very difficult to collect up-to-date pay stubs. I know it's very difficult to collect 2 years of W-2s, and for self-employed, 2 years of full tax returns. It's difficult, but think of the other way. If you want to put an offer in tonight, if you need, as a listing agent, if you want a DU findings for your purchase offer, wouldn't you want to know a customized version of a pre-approval letter? And wouldn't you want to have a 14-day escrow closing? We want to give it to you as well. We do 99% pre-underwritten review on day 1. So when the escrow is opened, all we need to worry about is the appraisal report and possibly HOA certification if it's condominium. The major fallout, the reasons why we fail the most with purchase loan is because we try to open escrow and then collect the steps.
Through this system, we'll be able to ask our questions and we'll get something back right away then?
Yes, sir. So we have 3 different platforms. One is for the prospect applicant who's going through the pre-approval process. We'll register the applicant to do not call list, so your applicants are not vulnerable to these, lead callers, purchasers. And second, we'll register them to our database so that you can receive up-to-date information in writing. And third, you can also pre-filter them just like a CRM system. you can assign them page by page. I'll show you a sample just to give you an idea. So this is our ERP page. Once the borrower applies, we'll receive an application like this, and you're going to go through specific details and guidelines and who paid what. We collect the credit report upfront, and clients upload the documents, and you can click on it, and you can access all these from your phone or iPad. And let's assume that we like this borrower agrees with our rate, term, and fee, and move on. Now we're looking for a home purchase. It could be a pre-qualification, or it could be pre-approved, or it could be applicant sent. Depending on what's a timeline stamp that you put on the client, we'll be able to take a look into it. In this case, a file that was assigned in 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people were assigned. And from here, we talk about what kind of a document, what kind of a pre-qualification details documents are asked. And we are trained to upload every writing that we send out so that you don't have to be left in the middle of nowhere. And when the loan is submitted, we're going to process specific individuals, specific milestone, specific mortgage clause is shared in comment section from A through Z. If you need any trade documents, you can upload all these and also download, depending on how you want to engage. And all these people who's involved can be approached in email, text, and phone call. But obviously, this is the fastest way because we have this urgent mode. If you click this and put today's date, and within 30 minutes, until the assigned individual is completing the task, with every 5 minutes, an email, text message will be sending out. You may say, can you review this file with an urgent? If the loan is about to expire, if the loan is about to fund, yes, that's a valid excuse, and we're going to work on it. But if it's a recently submitted file asking for rush review, our manager or processing team will deny the request, and we will not ask for the rush review. And every button you click will be recorded as a data. So if your urgent request data points show that you're requesting for a legitimate reason, and if it's 100%, then every single time you're going to get VIP services. But if you're asking for urgent on every single matter and they're not urgent in our eyes, then your request will push aside. So you may question, hey, Peter, I have everything in line. I submitted today. When can I receive an answer by? If you submit the files before 2 p.m. Pacific, before the end of the day, you'll receive a yes or no with specific EU findings. And we guarantee that.
If a file is denied for whatever reason, what would be the protocol to find out if there's an alternative solution to overcome that denial? Do we have to request a solution, or do you guys automatically do that for us?
You have to request. So for example, when the loan is canceled, you, the sales team, know the most about this borrower. We don't want to overwork the file unless there's a request. What if I work on the 7 additional hours for the counter approval and find out this person decided not to proceed? If this doesn't work, selling agent will be notified right away. If the selling agent comes back to us asking us this borrower has additional down payment, has a co-borrower, or XYZ factors, then we'll use that information. We will restructure the loan with specific constant information that you give us. Right now, when the loan is denied, there are multiple variations. You, the salesperson team, must give us some indicators. Like a Google map, you have to give us a direction. So I can tell you how many minutes by walking, riding a bike, bus, or car, or airplane, right?